The library is in the middle of an incredible period of dynamic change with regard to digital content. At the same time, we're holding true to core values that have been with us since we were founded over 100 years ago. This is the Rose main reading room of the library, and what you see in this room are seats for over 400 people, which are filled every day that we're open, and you'll also see about 26,000 volumes on the shelves around the room. That's about the size of an average public library in the U.S., but these are just the most heavily used reference materials that are in our library's collections. This library is really incredible because of this room and all of the people who come into this room on a daily basis. Everyone from people who are just here to study, to people who are using our deep and rich collections, to people who are using our free Wi-Fi access to even run their own businesses.
It has 672 seats, 42 tables, 15 windows, 18 chandeliers. The idea of the scale of it, 672 seats for the public, is pretty remarkable. And again, the only requirement to use it is basically to be a member of the human race.
It's an incredibly democratic space, one of the last free public spaces in New York where you can come and help advance yourself. In this tough economy that a lot of people are coming to the library looking for work. In fact, it's about 24% of the people who are coming to the library are out of work. And a lot of people are coming to our new Job Search Central, which opened just last year. It's a one-stop shop for job seekers from entry level to executive. And we not only have lots of materials for people to use on site and check out and take home, but also some high-end career databases, as well as free career counseling and coaching from people who are former HR people or are career coaches themselves.
Well, what's special about the building, in my opinion, is that when the building opened in 1911, it was kind of an enormous capital investment in people. There's nothing on this scale, I think, for New York at that time that would have invested in the public, and that's what I think is important about this space. Okay, it opened officially on May 23rd, 1911. But it took 16 years from design to completion. The cornerstone was actually laid in 1902. So really 9 years of actual construction. When the Lions were first established in that space, many of the people criticized them for not seeming fierce enough or magisterial enough or dignified. But during the Depression in the 30s in New York, Mayor LaGuardia used to talk on his radio show about patience and fortitude, and he named them Patience and Fortitude. They're our brand, they're very important, they're known worldwide. So we have a huge number of volunteers that make this building work. Many of them spend a good deal of time studying. They take people on tours at 11 a.m. and at 2 p.m. every day. Any member of the public throughout the building, and it's largely an architectural tour.
My favorite part of the library are the people who work here. I think it's just an incredible place to work with wonderfully smart people who are also very dedicated to a tremendous cause. The library has curators who collect material based on our collection's strengths.
Right now we're in the Brooke Russell Astor reading room for rare books and manuscripts, and some of the library's great treasures are either kept or at least served to readers in this space. It is one of the special collection reading rooms in the library. Most of the collection that is held by the Rare Book Division is kept in a separate storage space that we call the vault, which is climate controlled, and it's a more secure space even than this room, which is quite secure. Well, the first item is the library's copy of the Gutenberg Bible, the first book printed on a printing press with movable type. It is the first Gutenberg Bible that was brought to the Americas, and it was acquired by James Lennox, the noted 19th century American book collector. And Lennox then not long before his death, founded the Linux Library, set that up, which was a private rare book library, but it could be used by the public. In 1895, the Linux Library merged with the Astor Library to become the New York Public Library, and so it's been here ever since. Well, the next item that we see here, this is the only known surviving copy of the Columbus letter. This is the one item that if the New York Public Library was on fire, it's the one item I would grab with all the wonderful treasures that we have here. As I said, it's the only known surviving copy. When Columbus returned from that initial voyage to the Americas in 1493, he arrived first in Portugal, and he sent overland several letters announcing what he had discovered. One, of course, famously to Ferdinand and Isabella, but he sent at least one other letter to his friend and benefactor in the Spanish court, Luis de Santander, who was essentially the treasurer of the court. Santander, at some point soon after receiving the letter, took it down the street to a printer named Pedro Posa, who printed it in an edition probably of, perhaps 500 copies, perhaps a few more. No copy of that letter, of the printed copy, has ever been located aside from this one. The handwritten letters themselves have vanished, they're gone. So this is as far back as we can go in terms of the Americas. Well, this is the first printing of the Declaration of Independence from the evening of July 4th, 1776. It was printed by John Dunlap, who was the official printer of the Continental Congress. Several weeks later then, the fancy engrossed copy that we're all familiar with, that's in the National Archives, that copy was ordered by Congress, and it was completed on August the 2nd, 1776, and was copied from a Dunlap broadside. So in fact, this printing, the Dunlap broadside, antedates the actual Declaration of Independence that's in the National Archives, as wonderful as that copy may be. So we're extremely pleased to have a copy of the Declaration here in the library. Most everything, I should say, in the Rare Book Division is available for use, so long as you have a compelling research project, something that requires or necessitates you looking at one of these items. There are very, very few items, just a handful, that due to their condition or just extreme rarity are not generally available. We just use them for exhibitions. The library in general is a wonderful place to work. This department in particular, the Rare Book Division, it's, for me, someone of my sort of background and interests, it's a great place to be because I learn something new every day, either in terms of working with the materials or the readers and researchers that I encounter.
This spring is a fabulous time to come to the library for free exhibitions. The New York Public Library has more than 90 locations. That includes 4 research libraries and lots of neighborhood branches. We also have more than 14 million books in our collection and well over 55 million items.